Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Praise. Hey, do me a favor. Take that and light that on that oven over there. Top of the morning, top of the night, top of the morning in Israel, top of the night in this world. All praises. Welcome to Burnt Toast Tuesday. See the merch. This is Burnt Toast Tuesday. Welcome to Burnt Toast Tuesday as we're going to get into these, like you see the title, Kings of Kings and King, what was it? Kings of Kings and Kings of Israel. And we're going to start there for this, the part 2 of the class that we started on last Tuesday. So here we are today. I'm feeling a lot better than I did last Tuesday. Didn't rush a lot of stuff. So, here we go. We're going to get into this. I got that. And like last time, we started out with, we went down to Kings. Shalom, people. Hey, how you doing, Mary? Yaakov, I know you always in the building. Hey, but I wanted to make sure y'all had your notes from last time, because we just gonna follow along in there, because we stopped at let me see over here. What did I have? We stopped at Azariah on the southern kingdom, and we stopped at Ahaziah on the southern kingdom, and Ahaziah on the northern kingdom. Like I said, I had to stop there too because I had the notes was kind of going back and forth. So I had gave y'all the other names of the children of Israel. But here's how we're going to do this. Make sure you got your paper split like you had last time. How we did that last time. So y'all can write your notes. You can separate it. Got your southern kingdom on one side, northern kingdom on the other side. However you like. Leave a little room so you can put down the scriptures, and leave a little room so you can mark down the dates. And if you go through how we did it last time, y'all should have those asterisks and stuff like that on your paper. If you done that, that means you can obey some instructions, or you can understand instructions. Okay, we're gonna read a lot today, a little bit more than we've went through here. But right now we're going to start, I want to go to Ahaziah, the northern kingdom, Ahaziah, the northern kingdom, Ahaziah. And the first place we're going to go is 1 Kings chapter 16, verse 28. 1 Kings chapter 16, verse 28. I'm on my 2 King. 1 Kings chapter 16, verse 28 is where we're going to go. Make sure y'all follow along. I'm going to try to do this as swift as possible so y'all can get this message, get this information down, and then start studying. Y'all quit relying on us to do everything. I want to give y'all information so to give you a place to start, give you a place to study, and start studying and looking and reading about these kings. If you finna read a little bit, you're gonna get a bit mad at some of the stuff, and you'll see. We ain't gonna go through all of them, but we're gonna go through some of them. It's a little important though. So let's start out with this one right here, Ahaziah. 1 Kings chapter 22. And verse 40. Let everybody get there. First Kings chapter 22 and verse 40. And it reads, So Ahab slept with his fathers, and Ahaziah, his son, reigned in his stead. Now Ahab, was the king at this time. That was the one that was with Jezebel. And Jezebel, you know the story about Jezebel. This was a weak beta male, Ahab, and this is his son after his father died. Now Ahab was there for a while. He was there. Let's see. I say he was there 20 or 19 to 20 years when he was in reign. And Ahab was there, we should have the notes, 869 BC to 850 BC. And I also got the other dates because they kind of go conflict. So I'm giving you both dates. These are just about these dates. I don't trust none of these white people to come up with the dates. And, you know, they'll make up some because these are that different. Because the other one says 873 BC to 851 BC. That was Ahab. Y'all should have had that down from last class. Now we're at Azariah because now Ahab is done in 850 BC. So now he takes over at 850 BC to 849 BC. And when we look at the other calendar, Ahab is from 851 BC to 849 BC. And let me, because I thought everybody would know this, but I know some people don't know it. So let me go ahead and explain this. When you see 900, like right now, we're doing Ahab, it would be Ahab 869 to 850. Now 869 is down here. And as it's going up, everything that you see from those dates are going up to the birth of Christ. So, or going down to the birth of Christ. So it's 859, 858, 857, 856, 855, 854, 853, 852, 851. That's how you reading this. It's not like we do, like I said, it's going up. It's going to continue to go up. That's how you looking at these dates. So it's not like we look at it in the past is a lower number. When you look at these numbers, the past is a higher number before Christ. All of those are higher numbers going to lower numbers. When Christ is born, all of those are low numbers going to higher numbers. I hope y'all get it. I hope you understand it. I hope I try to make that simple. It's a little simpler than what I just told you earlier, huh? Okay. So that was a lot. I just want to make sure y'all know, because I thought everybody would know, but I noticed when my wife had questions about it, I had to explain. I thought everybody would know that, but I got to understand, everybody hadn't been into this truth for a while. So everybody, just so you know, now you know. Now you know. So let's go to 22, verse 40. And verse 40 says, and Ahab sat with his fathers, and Ahaziah, his son, reigned. Ahaziah reigned at this time. That was who became the king of Israel after Ahab became the king of Israel. Now, let's go to 2 Kings chapter 1, verse 16. Because now, at this time here, we got Ahaziah at this time over on, now like I said, like I told y'all last time, some of these kings had the same name. Some of them was on the northern kingdom side, some of them was on the southern kingdom side. So you can't get those confused sometimes when y'all reading it. You need to make sure you're reading the content, make sure you know that because it explains you, king of Israel, king of Judah, the son of such and such. The son, because even the sons that was in the southern kingdom became the sons became kings in the north, like Jehu. Jehu was the son of Jerubbaal. And Jehu, when God told him he was going to be king of Samaria, king of Israel, he was doing that because Jehu had promised, God had promised to Jeroboam, Nebat, Baash, Jeroboam, Nebat, Baash, Elah, Nimri, Zimri, and Omri, and Ahab. He said to that bloodline, he was going to shut that bloodline down. He was going to kill all the children that was coming behind him. And he was doing that with Jehu. He did that with Jehu. And that's why, and that was Jehoshaphat's son. So Jehoshaphat's son, Jehoshaphat, was king of Judah. His son became the king of Israel. Because Most High had already prophesied that that kingdom was going to fall, the ones that was over in Israel. Now, think about it. They wouldn't have been able to do it if all of his sons coming behind him was just going to keep on reproducing and making the kings out of that lineage, those people, his people. I hope y'all getting where we at. So he had prophesied these things. So we're going to see that some of these kings were sons of people in the other southern kingdom, and some of them became kings from those other side, from southern kingdom over here. Not out of it was only at the northern kingdom. On the southern kingdom, that whole line, everybody that came out that line was straight from the lineage of David, but one person. And we're going to get to that too. So all the kings that was in Judah, all of them was coming out of what? The bloodline of who? King David. Now on the northern side, you had a variety of different ones that was killing, coming, and assassinating. A lot more assassination that was going on the northern kingdom side. And we'll read into some of that. If you was paying attention to last week, you would have seen that the assassination, I told y'all to put asterisks down there. And on that northern kingdom, you have Nadab, that should have been an asterisk there. Elah, that should have been an asterisk there. Zimri, he committed suicide. Jehoram, that should have been an asterisk there. If you go, when we get down here, there's going to be a few more. I didn't tell you to write those down first, but that way I'm trying to leave y'all some room because I don't want y'all to write all of them down. Then you have no room to fill in the notes and the scriptures. So I'm going to give them to you as you go because you might need that space below it to write you some more notes. Now, after we did there, let's go to 2 Kings 1 and 16. 2 Kings 1 and 16. Why'd you put 28 down there? Did I say, no, I didn't give you 28. 1 Kings 22 and, where we went to? 1 Kings 22 and 40. Then we went to 16 and 28. 2 King. 2 King. Yeah, it's the last one, but I seen 16:28 on the messages.
That's the first one. That's the very first one you said.
No, I was at 22 and 40. Let me see, because that was a 1 Kings, Ahaziah.
You said it, but you didn't read it.
16:28. Let me see what that says. I didn't say that. I said 2 Kings 1. I didn't say that 28. Let me see. 1 Kings 22 and 40. I read that one. And that's all I read.
You said it, but you didn't read it.
I know, but I didn't say go to it. That's what we're going to. That's all I'm saying. Because I read for it. Ahab slept with his fathers, and Ahaziah, his son, reigned in his stead. Then from there, I don't even have 16 on it. Because the next one right here, we're going to the next son. That's all we read about. Okay. So let's just get there. So Ahaziah, now we have Jehoram. 2 Kings chapter 1, verse 16. Maybe I put that together. I don't know. 2 Kings chapter 1, verse 16. And it reads, And he said unto him, Thus said the Lord, For as much as thou hast sent a messenger to inquire Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, is it not because there is no God in Israel to inquire of his word? Therefore thou shalt not come down off that bed on which thou art gone up, but shall surely die. So he died according to the word of the Lord, which Elijah had spoken. And Jehoram reigned in his stead in the second year of Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, because he had no sons. And that's right there. That one right there, that was on the northern kingdom side. That's why we went there. Now, that was on the southern kingdom side, because now Jehoshaphat had died at this time. Jehoshaphat died, and now here you got Jehoram is following his stead on the southern kingdom side. And that's where I tripped out at. Okay, then let's go to 1 Kings 19 and 16. 1 Kings 19, 16. And it reads, and Jehu, that's who that is. Jehu, that's how I just use that. I just replace it with the Y. So that's when y'all hear me saying Yeh or Yehoram, that's just the sound it was with the Y instead of the J. I don't like saying it like that, so I try to say it with the Yah and the Y, with that sound. And Jehu, the son of Nimshi, shalt thou anoint to be king over Israel, and Elisha, the son of Shaphat of Abel Meholah, shalt thou anoint to be prophet in thy room. And at this time, after Jehoram, this was the one on this is right now we're on the northern kingdom. And Jehoram, I'm gonna have to look that up later. I'll give it to y'all later. But that's because he came after Ahaziah. I don't know, I got the same scriptures for both of them, and I shouldn't, especially not after I did that. Especially not after I did that. But Jehu is now king over the southern kingdom. Northern kingdom. And Jehu, the son of Nimshi. Now make sure y'all got Ahab, Ahaziah, and Jehoram. Then Jehu. That's on the northern kingdom side. That's the order that they coming in. And let me give you these dates. Let me give you the dates. Because we got Ahab, Ahaziah, we already got that date. Jehoram was 849 to 842 BC. And the other side, and the other date with that, approximately 849 to 843 BC. And after Jehoram, the dynasty of Jehu begins. Because that was the dynasty of Omri, the Amorites. Was Omri, Ahab, Ahaziah, Jehoram. That was that dynasty, the Amorites. Now we're starting the of Jehu over in the northern kingdom. Let's go back. We're going to read 16 and we're going to read 17. And it came to pass that him that escaped the sword of Hazel shall Jehu slay, and him that escapeth from the sword of Jehu shall Elisha slay. Yet I have left me 7,000 in Israel. That's all we need on that. But Jehu, like I was explaining, Jehu was the son of Jehoshaphat. He was put over the king of Israel. Why did the Most High do that? Because he was there to carry out the Most High's order by taking down this dynasty. and taking down. Remember, he prophesied to Nadab because they was evil, and Baasha and Elah and Zimri and Omri and Ahab. He prophesied and he told them, that hey, they're gonna be all killed, all of them, his sons and everything. So what happened was, so he put him over to Yehu over there, because all of them were dying. So Yehu was to carry out God's order in the northern kingdom, being the son of Jehoshaphat, which was the king of the southern kingdom. I'm letting y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go back and read the rest of it, but I'm telling you, mark down what notes you need, go back and read them. Because I'm not gonna do all your work for you. I want y'all to get in the habit of going and read them. Don't just be watching videos and try to get everything from a video. Leave y'all to go study some of yourself. He said study to show yourself approved, not listen to him to show yourself approved. So I'm leaving y'all room to go study those things. Go read them at least. Some of y'all ain't gonna study it anyway. You're gonna read it. At least read it and get an understanding when you do read it. So now we know who Yehu and what he did, and he just told you why he was there. And like he told him, Haziel, the ones that escaped Haziel, guess what? You're going to meet Yehu. And the ones that escape Yehu, guess what? You're going to meet Elisha. But what I prophesied, as Most High said, what I prophesied to y'all, that's what's going to happen. Even though they thought they was going to escape by, I'm king, then if I die, then he goes. Then if I die, he goes. And if I die, and the Most High was like, I prophesied that I'm killing y'all. So no matter what you're trying to do with your little dynasty going on, guess what? All of y'all fall into the sword. And that's exactly what they did. They all fell to the sword. And now like I said, now we got Yehu. We got Yehu in the northern kingdom. We got Jehoram in the southern kingdom. And now Ahaz, Ahaziah, which is now going to become king in the southern kingdom after Jehoram. Because now you got two names now. What's crazy is what you're going to see is Ahaziah, we had just read, at one point was a king of the northern kingdom. Now, Ahaziah was also, not that same Ahaziah, another Ahaziah was a king of the southern kingdom. And he came right after the other Ahaziah was king. Because like I said, we got the dates here. Let me show you. The Ahaziah on the southern kingdom, his dates are 843 to 842. And then the Ahaziah on the northern kingdom was 850 to 849. He got 1 year in, the other one got 1 year in. Both of them they was only there for 1 year. 1 year. Both of them. And then the thing about that is, right after, you had Jehoram and you had Jehoram on both sides. But on the southern kingdom, you had Ahaziah, then Jehoram. That's on the northern kingdom. On the southern kingdom, you had Jehoram, then Ahaziah. These are the same names, different people now. That's why you make sure y'all reading when you see these names or you see these kings, make sure you don't mix them up. Look and see what kingdom they was ruling. If it's Israel, it's the northern kingdom. If it's Jerusalem or Judah, it's the southern kingdom. And it's 9 times out of 10 say Judah. So it's the southern kingdom. So make sure when y'all reading or studying, you see the differences, because you'll see that and you're thinking that's the same person as that. No, it's not. It's not. So make sure you carefully read it. Because even when I was doing my notes, I got caught up and put down the wrong scriptures that went for the other one. Oh man, I'm tripping. Thinking I already wrote it, see the name again, wrote it down again. So y'all got to make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're looking at those things. Make sure you're being careful with when you're looking at them kings and reading them kings, that you know which ones they're talking about. Because it'll say Judah, and it'll say, and it'll tell you Israel. It's going to tell you both of those. Like I said, we just did Jehoram in the northern kingdom, and now we did Jehoram now we did Ahaziah, which was the first thing we started with in the northern kingdom, and we did Jehoram, which is on the southern kingdom. Now we're gonna go. Let's stay in the southern kingdom right now, because we got Ahaziah over here on the northern kingdom. Now let's go to the Ahaziah on the southern kingdom side. So let's go to 2 Kings chapter 8, verse 24. 2 Kings chapter 8 and verse 24. And I'm going to show you another way to make sure you see it. Now it says, and Yoram, when that Yoram is the same person as Jehoram, same thing, Jehoram got it spelled different ways. Why? Because you had the same person over in the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom. So sometimes they distinguish the person by this name is Yoram, because those mean the same thing. Yoram and Jehoram, same names. Just they use it sometimes for the southern kingdom to distinguish from the one in the northern kingdom. Sometimes, not all the time, but you can always look. And then you can always tell by this. And Jehoram slept with his father and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And Ahaziah, his son, reigned in his stead. Now, you know, Jehoram, that this one is talking about, he was buried in the city of David, which is what? In the southern kingdom. So now you can kind of distinguish from that also. Because you got other king that was born and that was buried in Samaria, which would be what? The northern kingdom. So I always say, make sure you be careful. Look at these words. Look at everything. And look at everything. And like I said, you always want to make sure that you're paying attention to small details, not just reading through it real fast. Pay attention to small details. And in the 12th year of Jehoram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, the Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, began to reign. Boy, if you're not paying attention to this, now at that time when Jehoram was king, Ahaziah became king of the northern kingdom. Because who follows Ahaziah in the northern kingdom? We're going to find out it's Jehoram. Jehoram, remember where we went? Then after him, Yehu. So Ahaziah at this time became the king of the northern kingdom, and you got Jehoram was king he was king of northern kingdom. Jehoram was king of the southern kingdom at this time. You got to be careful when you're doing this. You got to be careful because you can get very confused. And Jehoram, we had what? He was there 1 year. 1 year. 1 year. And let me go back to 2 Kings 1. Let's go back to 2 Kings chapter 1 and verse 17. Let's read 16 again. And he said unto him, thus said the Lord, for as much as thou hast sent message to inquire Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, is it not because there is no God in Israel to inquire of thee, inquire of his word? Therefore shall not come down off of that bed on which thou art gone up, but shall surely die. So he died according to the word of the Lord, which Elijah has spoken. and Jehoram reigned in his stead in the second year of Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Israel, because he had no sons. Now the rest of the acts of Uzziah, which he did, are not known in the book of the Chronicles. And like when we get right there, we can go to let's see. That was in the book of the Chronicles. I'm not even gonna go there because then I read way too much, and we'll go right into that. And like I said, that one right there is Jehoram, and I'm showing you how it's on both sides of the family. Same names, different kings. Now we at the Ahaziah. Now let's go to 2 Chronicles 22:1. Now we still on Ahaziah of the southern kingdom. I'm probably confusing y'all in this class, jumping back and forth. I'm gonna get off these two names so we can just kind of get to it. It does it again later on, but I was when I was going through this, I was like, man, I can't wait till dang on northern kingdom go into slavery. So I didn't have to, so I can just stick with the southern kingdom. But that's just me in my head. Now let's go to 2 Chronicles 22. 2 Chronicles 22 and verse 1. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, his youngest son, king in his stead. For the band of men that came with the Arabians to camp had slain the elders. So Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judea, reigned. And it's telling you, king of Judea, king of Judah. That's the southern side. That's the Jehoram on the southern side, not the Jehoram on the other side, on the northern kingdom side. And he said, he reigned instead. 40 and 20 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign. And he reigned over 1 year. He reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother name was Athaliah, the daughter of Omri. Now his wife was the wife of the wicked king of the northern kingdom. If you go back early, Omri was one of the kings that came from Jeroboam, was one of the kings. Remember the Omarides. This is where his dynasty had began. That right there, this is his mother. Now she the king unto Ahaziah. Now think about it. She got influence on this guy. She raising a son, but she raised a son when she was in the northern kingdom. So she had a lot of influence on her son, bringing in and trying to teach him the ways of the northern kingdom and having him go off because she influencing him to do the things of the northern kingdom, and he gets in trouble for these things. And Athaliah, the daughter of Omri, and we're going to read this because I want to go through some stuff in here because we'll show you how crazy our people are, boy. How our people be doing. I mean, Israel, we can just do some wicked stuff, but when you're reading these things, you read some of these kings, you can see this right today in Israel, period. The things that's going on. This thing just moving and rocking, I'm hitting the table. But the things that are going on, you can see them right in Israel. So, now, 42 years old, this is verse 2, 42-year-old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned for 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother name was also Athaliah, the daughter of Omri. He also walked in the ways of the house of Ahab. Ahab was the wicked kingdom that like I said, they was where he came from the northern kingdom. Omri was one of his sons. Now, this son was married to a southern kingdom king. So, Now the thing about it is, now she had big influence. That you got to understand. 40 and 2 years is 42 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother name was Athaliah, the daughter of Omri. He also walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother was his counselor to do wickedly. His mother had him doing wicked. Why? She was the son of, she was the daughter, came from Ahab. So she brought that bull crap that he was going through with, probably learned from Jezebel, his wife. Wherefore he did evil in the sight of the Lord, like the house of Ahab, for they were his counselors after the death of his father to his destruction. He walked also after their counsel and went with Jehoram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, to war against Hazael, king of Syria at Ramoth, Gilead, and the Syrians smote Joram. Now, he went with the king of Syria to fight against who? The King Joram on the southern kingdom side. So that's how he became. That's how when Joram had died on the southern kingdom and Ahaziah became the king after him, that was because these two with Syria came against him and killed him, Jehoram, on the southern kingdom side. That's why you got to keep up with everything. Good movie, man. It's better than any movie. If you just stick with the story, make sure you're following along and what's going on. Because you'll see some crazy stuff going on in Israel. They weren't just appointed kings. Man, there's a lot of stuff going behind closed doors, stuff that show. I mean, some of the best movies. I watch a lot of history movies, historical movies, and this is like one of the best I ever come across. But so now you see that, and they came up this 17, and they came up into Judah and break into it and carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house, and his sons also, and his wives, so that there was never a son left him, save Jehoaz, the youngest of his son, Jehoaz. Jehoaz was who? The youngest of Jehu's son. The youngest of Jehu. That was his son. Did I skip a lot? Yeah. Now let's go to Jehoram. When Jehoram, this is verse 4. Oh boy. Like I said, you can really get caught up. We're at 22. Yeah, let's go over here. And he returned. That's verse 6. Verse 5. He walked also after their counsel and went to Jehoram, the son of Ahab, the king of Israel, to war against Hazael, king of Syria. Remember, that's what the Hazael was one of the dudes that Most High was using also to smite that bloodline of Nabab, the Jeroboam bloodline. Jeroboam, Nabab, Baash, Elah, Zimri, and the Zimri and the Omri. That was that. It was Hazael of Syria. If they got past him, then it was Jehu. Then if they got back past him, it would be Elijah. And you go back, you read that coming down the bloodline on the northern kingdom side. It was prophesied to them because they did evil first in the sight of the Lord. They did evil. So the Most High had punished them and the seeds after them. And that's all he used. So when you see that Syria, he plays an important role because God used him, and God Most High tells you in that he did use Hazael, Jehu, which Jehu was Jehoshaphat's son. And he also said if they get past that one, Then if they get back Hazael, the Syrian king, then I'm going to use Yehu. If they get past Yehu, then Elijah. Or is it Elisha? That you're not going to escape is what it is. You're not escaping. I would send all of them. The ones you thought was your friends, the ones you knew was your enemies, and the ones the prophet. I send them all, but you're going to get what you got coming. So don't think you're going to escape nothing that the Most High got coming for you. You're not going to escape it. So the best thing to do is do what he say do, period. Going against them, as we can see, is not a good thing. And he returned to be healed in Jezreel because of his wounds, which were given him in Ramah, when he had fought with Hazael, king of Syria, and with Azariah, son of Jehoram, king of Judah. Now those two, Jehoram, that was the southern kingdom, and the king of Syria, now they got together to go fight who? On the other side. Ahaziah, and they went over to go and smite this guy. They went to go kill him. They got together. And now they are the ones who sent over there, and now they kill him. And now it said that he returned to be healed in Jezreel because of his wounds. This verse 6 were given him at Ramah when he fought with Hazael, the king of Syria, and Azariah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Jehoram, the son of Ahab of Jezreel, because he was sick. Okay, hold on. That's what I remember. I remember this. Hold on. And he returned to be healed in Jezreel because of his wounds, which were given him at Ramah when he fought with Hazael, the king of Syria. Now, I'm sorry. Now, and Ezra, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Jehoram. So, because now what you got going on this side over here, this was Jehoram at this time when Jehoram was king. This is that time when this is the northern southern kingdom going to check on the king of the northern kingdom. But Jehu wasn't no joke. He was not a joke. He wasn't playing with none of them, man. He wasn't playing. So when the king of the southern kingdom was going to check on the northern kingdom after he just got out of battle and wounded, here's Jehu going to be coming in that mud. He ain't playing with none of them. I'm going to kill him. Now, let's read that again. I want to make sure we got it. Now, let's start I want to go to 2021. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, his youngest son, king in his stead. For the band of men, let's read up. 32 years old was he when he began to reign, and departed without being desired. Howbeit they buried him in the city of David, but not in the sepulchres of the kings. Now, this is the southern. Jehoram dies, and now we go to here. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, his son, king in his stead. For the band of men that came with the Arabians to the camp had slain all the elders. So Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, reigned. And now I want to go here and let's go to 1 King. Let's go to 1 King 19, verse 16. And it's good to confirm the stories in both of them because all the kings are in the Chronicles and they're in 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles. So we want to go to 1 King 19 and 16. And 16. And Jehu, the son of Nimshi, which we had read earlier, thou anointed to be king over Israel, and Elisha the son of Shaphat of Abel Mohilah shalt thou anoint to be the prophet in thy room. Elisha the prophet, Jehu became king, became this king. But let's see a little bit of Jehu's reign, what he was doing. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 16 and verse 1. First Kings chapter 16, verse 1. Because I want to show you also about Jehu. Remember I told you he was used by the Most High to go down and smite this, what's his name? So if we go there, then the word, that's 16 verse 1. Then the word of the Lord came to Jehu, son of Hananiah, against Baash, saying, for as much as I exalted thee out of the dust and made thee prince over my people, and thou hast walked in the way of Jeroboam, and hast made my people Israel to sin. He walked like Jeroboam. He became from the northern kingdom. He goes over he came from the southern kingdom. He goes over to the other kingdom to be king, and he walked, instead of walking in the way of his father, he walked in the way of the kingdomship that he was under, which was the northern kingdom, which was going against the Most High. So he became doing like that. So for as much as I exalted thee out of the dust, and made thee prince over my people Israel, and thou hast walked in the way of Jeroboam, and hast made my people Israel to sin, to provoke me to anger with their sin. Behold, I will take away the posterity of Baas. Now he's talking about Baas, which is what? Nabab, remember all of them was going against God. But he's telling him that he's going to do this to them using Jehu. He's going to, the posterity, later generations is going to end that. And he's telling Jehu, this is what Jehu is going to be doing. Behold, I will take away the posterity of Baas and the posterity of his house, and I will make my house like the house of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat. That was going on. Him that died of Baas in the city shall the dogs eat, and him that died of his in the field shall the fowls of the air eat. Now the rest of the acts of Baas and what he did in his might are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? So Baas slept with his father and was buried in Tisra, which we read that earlier the other day, and his son reigned in his stead, Elah. And we went down that. So he's telling you from Nabat, Baas, Elah, Zimri, Omri, they all got to be put to death. They all got to be put, all the way to Zimri, they got to be put to death because of how wicked they were. They were wicked in the sight of the Most High. So he's telling Jehu that you're going to have to cut that off. Because Hazael, the king of Syria, hadn't done it yet. So then Jehu, this is what the Most High is telling him when he was, when he was beginning to, when he was telling him that not just he ain't going against that people, because he's going against that bloodline, period. The children cut him off. And if you read that, you'll see that these Omri, the reigns of Omri, if you go into 1 Kings 16 to 21, you can read down. And then Ahab reigned. And then, like I said, then you had Omri when they whole little family gonna go through all of that. If you read down on that. And to Ahab, and where it's going into Ahab when he came in. And that family was gonna get cut off. And Jehu was one of them that was gonna do it. So now, let's go to 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 11. 2 Kings chapter 9, verse 11. Let's get a little more in this Jehu. Because this dude here was not no joke. And that's what I'm telling you like this. When you see, like a lot of times, even back then, women always looked to the men of power. Men of power. Because, and like when you see, we're going to get why Jezebel was sitting at that goddamn window batting her eye when Jehu was coming to town. Jehu wasn't no joke, period, man. He was a ruthless son of a gun, man. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 9, start at 11. Then Jehu came forth to the servants of his Lord, and one said unto him, Is all well? Wherefore came this mad fellow to thee? And he said unto them, Ye know the man? In his communication, meaning you know this dude, man, in that language he's speaking. And they said, It is false. Tell us now. And he said, Thus and thus spake he to me, saying, Thus said the Lord, I have anointed thee king over Israel. Then they hasted and took every man his garment and put it under him on the top of the stairs and blew with trumpets, saying, Jehu is king. Jehu was ready to. Jehu was going to do some take care of some business here. So Jehu, the son of Jehoshaphat, remember that's where he came from. But let's see where he's going to be. He's going to take the kingdom of Israel. Now Jehu, the son of Jehoshaphat, the son of Nimshi, conspired against Joram, which at this time Joram was the king of the northern kingdom. So Jehu, I need to be in this kingdomship to do what I got to do. So here Jehu, the son of Jehoshaphat, now like I said, he's coming. So Nimshi conspired against Joram. Now Joram had to keep Ramoth Gilead, he and all Israel, because of Hazael, king of Syria. So he was defending this one little part, the king of Syria, against the Syrian king. Ramoth Gilead against the king of Syria. I like he was losing other battles, so he's like, I need to make sure I keep a stronghold on this part. So he was there. And here it is, here you see Jehu coming. They had hasted, okay, so Jehu, the son of Jehoshaphat, the son of Nimshi, conspired against Joram. Now Joram had kept the Ramoth Gilead, and he and all of Israel, because Hazael, king of Syria. But King Joram was returned to be healed in Jezreel. Remember, in Jezreel of the wounds, which the Syrians had given him. When he fought with Hazael, remember he's injured against the Syrians. The southern kingdom, remember he came to visit him while he was coming to visit him. Here you got this other man coming. They cool, the king of the southern kingdom and the king of the northern kingdom. They cool at this time. He's coming to visit him to see how you all right, man? But he's there, he's going at this time, there's somebody coming and taking that crown over there. So Jehu, and that's his dude. But the kingdom of Joram will return to be healed in Jezreel of the wounds which Syrians had given him, when he fought with Hazael, the king of Syria. And Jehu said, If it be your minds, then let none go forth nor escape out of the city to go to tell in Jezreel. So Jehu rode in a chariot and went to Jezreel. For Joram lay there, and Uzziah the king was come down to Joram. Uzziah now is going over here to visit Joram because he wounded. He's going to go visit. But Jehu I'm finna stop anything from coming out of there. I'm finna go and take this kingdomship, and I don't want nobody going back and telling what happened. So he's going to do it. So Jehu rode in a chariot and went to Jezreel. For Joram lay there, and Uzziah the king of Judah was come down to see Joram. And there stood a watchman, there's a guard, on the tower in Jezreel. And he spied the company of Jehu as he came. He looking, said, man, who was this coming up here? Boy, they flying like a sun gun. And he said, I see company. And Joram said, taking horsemen and send to meet them and let them say, is it peace? He said, take somebody spy to get over there and say, man, hold on, because he coming fast. He look like me. Hey, man, I ain't playing. He look like, man, he dead serious. He riding on that horse fast. So he's coming. And then he's like, man, send a spy out there, man. Go send one of the watchmen out there and ask him, is he coming in peace or what? And he said, so there went out on the horseback to meet him and said, thus said the king, is it peace? And Jehu said, what hast thou to do with peace? Turn thee behind me. And the watch was told, saying, the messenger came to them, but he cometh not again. Then he sent out a second on horseback. So apparently, when this messenger, when he said the messenger came to them, but he cometh not again, that mother burnt out. That messenger gone, boy. That mother that went out there and seen this nigga ain't playing. He ain't playing. This nigga is not talking about no peace. He gone. He left, man. I'm not even finna go back. This nigga look like he coming to take over some stuff. The messenger said, forget that. I'm gone. I'm gone. Then he went out a second on horseback, which came to them and said, thus said the king, is it peace? And Jehu answered, what has that to do with peace? Nigga, what I got to do with peace? Nigga, you look at, you see my face? You see how I'm coming? Man, this ain't no peace. And let's see what he do. He said, and then he said, and Jehu answered, what has thou to do with peace? Turn thee behind me. Get behind me. Meaning don't get in front of me. You better get behind me. Because if you this way, nigga, you finna get it. You finna get it. And the watchman told, saying, he came even unto them. He came towards what's name, and then cometh not again, meaning he burnt out. He didn't even go back to tell the king nothing. He bound, I'm gone. And his driving is like the driving of Jehu, the son of Nimshi, for he driveth furiously. He driving like a madman. And Jerome said, make ready. Because you can think about it. You sitting there, you done sent there 2 messengers, and not one of them came back. They gone. So you're like, shit, man, we better get ready for battle, man. This nug, somehow, whoever it is, they didn't even let the message come back with the message. And his chariots were made ready. And Joram, the king of Israel, and Uzziah, king of Judah, now they getting together because he came to visit him. He trying to see if he all right. He like, man, we got somebody coming. There's a problem going on. So they get together. They get all this soda to say, man, get all this soda. Let's go get with this cat. So Uzziah go over there. Now you got the king, Uzziah on the southern kingdom, and then you got the Jehoram, which is the king on the king of the northern kingdom. They together, and they go out to meet Jehu. And here Jehu coming. He ain't playing. And like he said, what has peace got to do with me? Absolutely nada, nigga. I ain't coming in no peace. Shoot, I got a job to do. So he's coming. And he said, let's go over here. And it came to pass when Jehoram saw Jehu that he said, is it peace? Jehu, and he answered, because let's finish up here. And Jehoram said, this is 21. And Jehoram said, make ready. And his chariots were made ready. And Jehoram, king of Israel, and Uzziah, king of Judah, went out, each in his chariot. And they went against Jehu and met him in the portion of Naboth, in the Jezreelite. And it came to pass. You remember Naboth, the Jezreelite, which was also out of that same, out of the ones that was cursed after Jeroboam. Naboth came second king. That was one of them that was cursed. Baash, remember that house. And that portion of Naboth, the Jezreelite. And it came to pass when Jehoram saw Jehu that he said, is it peace, Jehu? And he answered, what peace? So long as the whoredoms of my mother Jezebel and her witchcrafts are so many, because you remember, are so many, and Jehoram returned his hands and fled and said to Uzziah, there's treachery, O Uzziah. He's like, man, hold on, that nigga here that he talking about? He said, that's treachery. Because remember, his mama, Ahab, He said, let's read that again. And it came to pass when Jehoram saw Jehu, he said, is it peace, Jehu? And he said, what peace? So long as the whores of thy mother, Jezebel, because remember, Jehoram at this was whose son? Ahab's son. Ahaziah, Jehoram. Those are Ahab's children. And he's telling about, man, the whore, your mama, he called her mama a hoe. Your whole mama, I can imagine what he's really saying. You know, as long as your mama said, yeah, he's going off. Like, man, he crazy. You don't, then he calling her, and it's like, witch. He called his mama, boys, he called him her hoe. He ain't playing. These fighting words. He called your mama a hoe. He said she a witch. Or so many. And Jehoram turned his head. Now Jehoram look at Isaiah talking about, say, man, it's treachery here. This Negro ain't playing. And he talking about my mama. He talking about my mama. And then I can imagine, man, he telling you, hey, Isaiah, I know you came to see I am, but man, we got to fight because this is treachery. This nigga talking about my mama and everything. I don't even know this nigga. And Jehu drew a bow with his full strength. He put it all the way back. I mean, he damn near break the bow. He trying to, I'm getting you. When this go through, it's going to come out of you. He said that Jehoram between his arms. He shot him between his arm, and the arrow went out at his heart. It came through between his arm and come out this way through his heart. Right through it. Bam. Up under his arm. Right through the heart. And he sunk down in his chariot. Then said Jehu, the Bidkar, his captain, take up and cast him in the portion of the field of Naboth, the Jezreelite. For remember how that when I and thou rode together after Ahab his father, the Lord laid his burden upon him. Meaning he gave him what he told him he was going to give him. Surely I have seen yesterday the blood of Naboth, meaning he's killing off that bloodline, and the blood of his sons, said the Lord. And I will requite thee in this plat, said the Lord. Now therefore, take and cast him into the plat of the ground, according to the word of the Lord. But when Ahaziah, king of Judah, saw this, he fled by the way of the garden house. Now he done seen him sit there, and now he burning out. Man, I gotta get out of here. I just came to see how that brother was, man. I can see he got problems. Let me go. Let me go. Even though army, turn around, retreat. Let's get out of here. Negro, it's not playing. And Jehu followed after him and said, smite him also in the chariot. In the chariot. He was like, man, kill him too. Since you want to be with him, I kill both of y'all. Knock two birds out with one stone right now. So, and they did so as the going up to Gur, which is by Ibleam, and he fled to Megiddo and died there. So they shot him too, and he done made it far. He's still hanging on, dying. He's still dying. He's hanging on. But then when he finally get to Megiddo, he died. That's where he died. And his servant carried him in a chariot to Jerusalem. Remember, now he's taking him back to the southern kingdom, which is a good indicator where he was from, which we already read, and buried him in his sepulchre with his fathers in the city of David. And in the 11th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, began Ahaziah to reign over Judah. Now Ahaziah becomes the king of Judah. And Jehu, remember, he became the king of, he's the king of what you call that? The northern kingdom. And when Jehu was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it. And that's when you heard the other story about Jezebel, when she got a look, because now, see, that's why a lot of times, man, you men cannot sit back and be men because your women do not respect you being a beta male, a man that don't stand up and be a man. I don't care how they say they want it. I want a man to do what I say. No, you don't, because they only going to put up with you for so long, and they're going to be ready to get rid of you because she got to make all the decisions, and that's not her natural position. You need to be as a man. Because Ahab was a king, but she didn't even respect him. Because as soon as this Negro who done killed 2 kings come up in the building, Ahab, you gotta go. Ahab, you gotta go. And the real man, he ain't gotta sit there and know when he see a hoe, he don't have to be talking to the hoe. He gets away from the hoe. And that's what he was doing. Yehu came, he was, nigga, I don't buy you. But every time anytime a woman want to look at a man, we already, ooh, let me get some. Ooh, she got one, let me get some of that. Now, a real man be like, man, I don't deal with no hoes. But some of you so worried about trying to get some snatch all the time that you'll fall for these goddamn hoes. Any of them. Anything. Then she lie to you. I love you. She don't love you. She finna take what you got. She finna use your kingmanship as hers. Oh, they saying move this. My bad. But she finna take, that's what she did. So, and now here he is right here. And like I said, if you got to go back and read that, he said, and when Jehu came to Jezebel heard of it, and she painted her face and tied her head and looked out the window at him. And as Jehu entered into at the gate, she said, had Zimri peace? Who slew his master? And he lifted up his face to the window. Now she trying to brighten him up, bring him. Has Zimri peace? Who slew him? She know, nigga, I did. I did. He looked at the window where she at. She done got all pretty faced up. She got a husband now. But Jehu don't know, I don't bar that man. And then, watch what he do though. And he said, because we read this before, as Jehu entered in the gate, and she said, had Zimri peace? Who slew his master? Because Zimri was that bloodline that he was supposed to, what's his name? Remember Zimri, Omri, all of them came out of the back. Bosh, Eli, Zimri, Omri. Now she said, who slew him? You heard, that's why you at the window. Ho? Because that's what he called her the first time. I ain't saying it because I'm saying it, and he called her. Now what he's saying, forget you, man. And he lifted up his face to the window and said, who is this? Who is on my side? Who? And there looked out to him 2 or 3 eunuchs. 2 or 3 eunuchs, because there ain't eunuchs, they in the house. This is her eunuchs sitting right there. He said, who on my side? Because they heard about it too, which she heard about it. Because they like, shoot, they immediately, I'm in the window. Who on my side? I am. These are the eunuchs. And he said, throw her down. So they threw her down. That's all it took, throw her down. They threw her down. Who on my side? I am. Throw her down, yank. Immediately. So they knew Jehu wasn't playing. She knew who he was. But she trying to act like she didn't know who he was. This what he did. He threw her down. I'm not here to mess with no hoes. And that's what our problem is. We be just wanting some snatch immediately. We'll mess with hoes and do all of that stuff. Not a real man, not a man who's got a purpose and ready to go in and take his position. Not a man to go in and take his position. It's talking about what's the bloodline. The bloodline, you need to go and look. I just told y'all that earlier about the bloodline. When you're looking at a lot of them, Jehu was from Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat from the tribe was the bloodline of David, which is Judah. Y'all need to go study. We're asking them other questions. If you need to go look these things up, I'm just reading you these things about the king. Now y'all want to know the bloodline, go look it up, please. Go do some study. Look it up. You need to know that? Look it up. And he said, throw her down. So they threw her down, and some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall, and on the horses, and he trod her trod her under foot. And that's what he was doing. Jehu was not playing. He was not playing. He was not playing. Let's jump over to 10 and 35. 10 and 35. And Jehu slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria. And Jehoaz, his son, reigned in his stead. So Jehoaz, after Jehu had died, Jehoaz is now king. Jehoaz is now king. Jehu is what's named. Now, Jehu done took care of who? The northern kingdom, Jehoram, and he's also took care of Azariah, the southern kingdom. He killed them both. And he also took care of that other lady, Jezebel. He done killed, but he wasn't playing, like I said. Remember, Jezebel wasn't even of the nation. She was of what? I think she was a Hamite. And that's what she had. That's what she was. But remember, she was married to the Israelite, which was Ahab. So now you got the Ahaziah, that king is gone. Jehoram, that king is gone. Jehu is king now also in the northern kingdom after he done took this. And now he is the king there. And let's go, while we at Jehoram, Yehoash is going to be Yehoahaz. That's how you say it. Yehoahaz. Like I said, y'all probably say Jehoahaz. I use the Y. Yehoahaz. And let's go to, we stay in Kings, 2 Kings, let's go to 13 and 1. In the 25th year of Joash, which is the same name, the son of Uzziah, remember his dad, Uzziah, their dad before Jehoram. Remember Uzziah, Jehoram, Jehu, and Jehoaz. In the 23rd year of Joash, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, this is the one from Judah. He's telling you at this time when Joash, which is Jehoram, was king of Judah. That means he was on this side, the southern kingdom. He's just telling you at that time, in his 25th year, while he was king, before that king of Ahaz came, before the Ahaziah in the southern kingdom came. He said, the son of Ahaziah, and we'll get to that later. We're going to get to Joash. We're going to get to him after I finish this. I just want to, this is because it's going into this. Jehoaz, the son of Jehu, began to reign over Israel and Samaria and reigned 17 years. This is after Jehu. Jehoaz reigned 17 years. And when he began his reign, it was the 23rd year, the 20th year, 23rd year of Joash, which was the one over in which was the one that when he began to reign is when we get to Joash. Now, I'm glad we're there. So now, we need to go from there and let's get to Joash. Remember, because when we on the southern kingdom, Athaliah, remember Uzziah done got killed now. He's dead. Why he got killed? Remember, he helped when Jehu came. Now Jehu took out Ahaziah and he took out Jehoram. Now they both gone. Now let's go to 2 Kings chapter 11. Chapter 1. That's what I said. I love this. Watch this, y'all. Watch this, boy. Now they gone. Now they gone. Bam, bam, bam. Burnt out. Those dead. Those two. Now, who's there? Remember who was leading Uzziah in the ways, in wicked ways? Athaliah. Remember Athaliah, watch this. Let's just get there. And when Athaliah, the mother of Uzziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal. Now, she now, when Azariah died by the hands of Jehu, now she jumps up. I'm gonna be the queen. I'm gonna be over Israel. I'm gonna be over Israel. And now she's saying, I'm gonna be over Israel, and she goes to kill all the seed now. He's gonna be the baby gonna be king. She going around killing every last one. Let me kill him because he might be king. Because she want to stay as the running Israel. So she go kill the seed, the royal seed. But and it says, but Yehosheba, the daughter of King Jehoram, the sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah. Now she done took the king, and now she going around killing all these kids, so they don't be the heir to the throne of Judah. Now while she's killing these kids, now here you got Yehosheba, the daughter of Jehoram, the sister of Azariah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons, which were slain. And they hid him, even him, and nursed him in the bedchamber from Athaliah. So they done took him and hid him and got him away because she's killing all of them. She was like, man, she was thinking on her feet, man, so I'm going to take this one, go on and hide it because she's trying to kill all the kings. But when you got Athaliah, she served a good, from 842 to 837. Because remember we had Azariah, he was only there 1 year. And then we had, who was that? And Azahiah in another kingdom was only 1 year. But those are two different times. But now, here we got, see, he there that 1 year, he went to go visit, got killed. Now his mama stepped up. That's why they call her the usurper. Usurper. She placed herself there. I mean, that's the same thing. What's his name was calling, he was a supplanter. Nah, but this is usurper. Now she trying to get all the kings. She done killed all these children, just trying to get, so here you got Yehosheba, the daughter of King of Jehoram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's son, which was slain. And they hid him, even him and his nurse, in the bedchamber from Athaliah, so that he was not slain. Verse 3, and he was with her, hid in the house of the Lord 6 years. So they took him, he's 6 years. So now, and Athaliah, and you're going to get this one to be the youngest king that we had in Israel here. Because now, what does she take him? 6 years. And hid him 6 years. Okay. And Athaliah did reign over the land. Now she reigned over the land. She running everything at this time. She's running it all. She's not, hey man, I'll kill all of them if I got to. In the 7th year, Jehoiada sent and fetched the rulers over hundreds with the captains and with the guards, and brought them to him in the house of the Lord, and made a covenant with them, and took an oath of them in the house of the Lord, and showed them the king's son. So now she revealing the son to these chief men, the men of Israel. And he commanded, because now Athaliah is sitting on the throne thinking, ain't nobody that even come down on me, because ain't no kings of reign. They won't be here for a long time, if anything. So she don't know that one of them, that she didn't slay one of them. She don't know that at this time. She just on the throne thinking that she gonna do it. So they done came together. She done got all these other people to come together, all these men of war and all that, said, hey, look, here's the king's son. Here's the son. This is the one that's supposed to be on the throne. So she bringing him, and she got him and showing him as a baby. This is the baby. And And at this time, and he says at this time in the 7th year. So the baby now is 7 years old. So he can't do this. Now she just got to go, this the baby. This is Ahaziah's son. In the 7th year, Yehuda sent and fetched the rulers over him, over hundreds, and with the captains of the guard, and brought them to him into the house of the Lord, and made a covenant with them, and took their note of them in the house of the Lord, and showed them sons. So, yeah, hey, promise you won't say nothing. Promise you just, hey, even if you don't agree with what's happening, please just make a promise. So, and he commanded them, saying, this is the thing that ye shall do. A third part of you that enter in on the Sabbath shall even be keepers of the watch over the kings of the house, over the king's house. And a third part shall be at the gate of Sir, and a third part at the gate behind the guard. So shall ye keep the watch of the house, that it be not broken down. And the 2 parts of all of you that go forth on the Sabbath, even they shall keep the watch of the house of the Lord about the king. Meaning, hey, make sure nobody get in and mess with this baby. Nobody. Guards all the way around this whole thing. And ye shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand, and he that cometh within the ranges, let him be slain, and be ye the kings as he goeth out and as he cometh in. So he's telling the man, guard this baby with your life. Guard this baby with your life. Now let's go to 12 and 18. 12 and 18. 2 Kings 12 and 18. 2 Kings 12 and 18. And Jehoash, king of Judah, took all and hallowed the kings of Jehoshaphat and Jehoram and Ahaziah, his fathers, kings of Judah, and had dedicated in his own hollow things and all the gold that was found in the treasures of the house of the Lord and in the king's house, and sent it to Hazael, king of Syria, and he went away from Jerusalem. And I was just bringing that out to show you that it was just going down the line. It was just going to give me the background of where the kings was coming from. It was just giving me that bloodline. Because it was just going back up. How the things of Jehoshaphat, Jehoram, Ahaziah, his sons' fathers, kings of Judah. And that's where Joash is coming from. Remember, he was the son of Ahaziah. And then what's so bad about it, she was ready to kill her own grandchild. That's how bad she wanted power. I'll kill all these little babies around this song. Give me all the babies. Then my grandchildren, she just run around killing her grandchildren. That's how bad she wanted power. I'll kill all of them. So, I mean, like I said, you got to read this, man. It'd be so good. So, and the rest of the acts of Joash and all that he did are written, are they not written in the books of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah? You can go ahead and compare those two, go back and forth, making sure you get all the information you can out of them. And his servants arose, because when you go to 19, let's see. Yeah, his servants arose and made a conspiracy and slew Joash in the house of Milo, which goeth down to Sila. And Joash was slew. But this is later. I'm on 13. I'm sorry. I'm Salaki. That's at the end. I'm still on his life. And Jehoash slept with his fathers. Now, with the Jehoash right here, it's also now right now we back over to 13 and 9, which is we're gonna go into Jehoash, which is on the southern kingdom. And Jehoash slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria, and Joash, his son, reigned in his stead. Because so now we back over another side right now. Because now we got Joash, the 7 years old, as the king of the southern kingdom. Let's go to 2 Chronicles chapter 24 and verse 20. I told you them names get me confused. I'll be on one. I'm jump back over the other. Let's go here and let's finish up the one on the southern kingdom. That's 24 verse 20. 2 Chronicles chapter 24 and verse 20. And the Spirit of God came upon Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada, the priest, which stood above the people, and said unto them, Thus said God, why transgress ye the commandments of the Lord, that ye cannot prosper? Because ye have forsaken the Lord, he had also forsaken you. And they conspired against him and stoned him with stones at the commandment of the king in the court of the house of the Lord. Thus Joash the king remembered not the kindness of Jehoiada. Now you got to understand, here this prophet comes up and telling him, man, why are you tripping against God? And now while he's the king, Joash have him stoned. Joash had him stoned. He was the king that gave the commandment. Thus Joash the king remembered not the kindness of which Jehoiada his father had done to him. He forgot the kindness that was given unto him, but slew his son. And when he died, because this is what's the name's son, Jehoiada's son, the priest's son. And he forgot the kindness that the priest had given unto him, and turned right around now and stoned his own the priest's son. Thus Joash the king remembered not the kindness of Jehoiada his father had done to him, but slew his son. And when he died, he said, the Lord look upon it and require it. And it came to pass at the end of the year that the host of Syria came up against him. Now you can see why a lot of things going on over in the northern kingdom while they was going into captivity first. Boy, they was wicked all the way down the line. And you remember Jehu was even wicked when he was there to kill off the what's name. Then he became, if you read the story on him, he started offering up offerings to other gods. And that was the son of Jehoshaphat, which was the southern kingdom, which they were doing a lot of commandments right. They had good, some of their kings was good in the eyes of the Lord. But here we put him over there, and he's still worse than they are. He doing the same thing they were doing. Now he tripping. So thus Joash the king remembered not the kindness of Jehoiada his father had done to him, but slew his son. And when he died, he said, the Lord look upon it and require it. And it came to pass at the end of the year that the host of Syria came up against him, and they came to Judah and Jerusalem, and destroyed all the princes of the people from among the people, and sent all the spoil of them unto the king of Damascus. For the army of the Syrians came with a small company of men, and the Lord delivered a very great host into their hand, because they had forsaken the Lord God of their father. So they executed judgment against Joash. So now they judged Joash. They came with a few people and tore their butt up. Tore them up. Now, not only they tore them up, they were tearing us up too. The northern and the southern kingdom. Because it tells you right there, Jerusalem, Judah and Jerusalem. For the army of the Syrians came with a small company of men, and the Lord delivered a great host into their hand. And let's go down to 25. And when they were departed from him, They left him in a great disease, and his own servants conspired against him for the blood of the son of Jehoiada. Now his servants mad at a mud because Negro, what you did, Jehoiada and his son, stone him. You ordered commandment stone, so they pissed off. And that's his servants, and slew him on his bed, and he died. So he died by his own servants. He was executed by his own servants because of the order he gave to kill Yehuda's son. And they buried him in the city of David, but they buried him not in the sepulchres of kings. They didn't even give this man no respect. They didn't give him no respect. He started at 7 years old. This one. He started at 7 years old. Died with no respect. He was like, man, that ain't hell nah, man. He stoned one of the priests, man. How you gonna do that? And want to get honored king? No, Don't do nothing in Israel and think you're gonna get honored for it when you did something wrong. That's what a lot of our people think. Well, I did that. Yeah, but you were wicked as hell just because you did that one good. You got a whole lot of wicked stuff you did. You want to be remembered. I'm a king. Don't even bury him with the king. But all of us run around, I'm a king, I'm a king, I'm a king. So, okay. Because a lot of times we want to step up as kings. Sometimes we don't ever want to be a servant. But see, the thing about kings, boy, they go hard. They die hard. They die hard. Somebody just asked about us at One Body. Man, that was over 6 years ago. And y'all, you just not asking that question? And yeah, it was 1, 2, 3 that came from One Body. Yes. That's amazing to me. That they still asking that question. That's been explained a long time ago. But anyway, so now we know your ass, he wound up getting killed. Now, let's go to second round. We're at 24. Let's just go to 25. Jump to 25. Now concerning his son and the greatness of the burdens laid upon him, and the repairing of the house of God, behold, they are written in the story of the book of Kings. And Amaziah, his son, reigned in his stead. So now Amaziah is the king over the southern kingdom. Amaziah is the king over the southern kingdom. And who's over here? What's name? Jehoaz is king over at where? At the northern kingdom. And he's about to be replaced. No, he wasn't replaced. No, Jehoaz is the king over the northern kingdom. He was replaced after Jehoahaz, he became the king. So now Amaziah is over here on the southern kingdom. He's the king. Jehoash is the king also. See, but Jehoash, this is Jehoash on the northern kingdom. Remember we had two, one over here in the northern kingdom, one over here in the southern kingdom. That's why we went, and when it got this one, went down on him. Now we're going back over here to Jehoash. It's spelled two different ways. Jehoash. Then it's also spelled Joash. But they use two different ways. Jehoash and Joash. Now, let me give you some dates. Because Athaliah, the usurper, remember the mother of Ahaziah. After he died, she took that reign. He died. Hazael. Did I give them? Do you got dates for Hazael? Oh, you didn't even got that down. Well, let's do this. Yeah, okay, because we went for 1 year. We did know that. We did that. And the Athaliah, the usurper, she was there 842 BC to 837 BC. And in other words, also another little section is 843 BC to 837 BC. Remember, 7 years at the time. And Yehu was over there at that time when Yehu was on the southern side. That was 843 or 842 BC to 815 BC. And another little old section they has is 843 BC to 816 BC. And then, so that was her times at that time. Joash over on the southern kingdom would be 837 BC to 800 BC. The Joash on the northern kingdom would be 815 BC to 801 BC. And on the other hand, it might be 816 BC to 800 BC. So it's around those areas. So we got Yehu on this side. And then we got, we done went all the way to Joash to Amaziah on the other side. Because Joash died, Amaziah, we just read, came in. He's king now. And we got that day for that. So now we want to go back over here. Let's go to the northern kingdom, which would be Jehoash. It's on the northern kingdom side. And we're going to go to 2 Kings chapter 13 and verse 9. 2 Kings chapter 13 and verse 9. And Jehoash slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria. And Joash, his son, reigned in his stead. So now you got, let me go ahead and finish reading. In the 37th year of Joash, the king of Judah, began Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, to reign over Israel in Samaria. So you got Jehoahaz, it said in the 37th year of Joash, the king of Judah. So while Joash is the king of Judah, in his 37 years kingdom, then you had the Joash of the northern kingdom. Two different kings, same names, two different kings. This one is coming in, and he's king at the same time, but he's coming in at the latter days of the southern kingdom, King Joash. So, gotta watch it. Gotta make sure you're keeping up with what's going on with that. So he's coming in at the second king of that period. And then remember, we just seen where he died, and then Amaziah took his place. So that's when he came in, right at the end of the southern kingdom, Joash. Then he came in. Now Amaziah is now the king over the the southern kingdom. And now Joash just beginning his time as the king of the northern kingdom. Let's stay in the same book, go to 22. Same chapter. 13, that'll be chapter 13, verse 22. But Hazael, the king of Israel, oppressed Israel, the king of Syria, oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoash. The whole time Jehoash was there, the king of Syria had his knee on his neck, period. He had his knee on his neck the whole time. Our brother's daddy was there the whole time. So now you got him. And now at this time, let's go to 2 Kings chapter 14 and verse 16. In the name, in Jehoash is on the, we had on the Jehoahaz, that was after Jehu. It's 815 801 BC or 816 800 BC. Around 16 years. Joash, 801, this is about right after what's his name is gone, 801 to 786 BC, and either 785 to 745. That's about a 20 years. Well, I'm sorry, Salakia. Jehoash is 801 to 786, or 800 to 785. That's a 15-year span at the he reigning. And when we want to go to Jehoash, we done went through him. Now we had 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 16. And Jehoash slept with his fathers and was buried in Samaria. So who's that? Northern kingdom, with the kings of Israel. And Jeroboam, now not the first Jeroboam, this Jeroboam the second. So you got Jeroboam the first, which we started that out when the split came. This is Jeroboam the second. And this is in that bloodline, so he named him after his grandfathers, or his grandfather. His son reigned in his stead. And Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah. Now who's the king? Amaziah, which is where we stopped at over there on the southern kingdom. So now we at even now. So you got Jeroboam now has become king. Jeroboam the second has become king. Amaziah is the king of Judah. And here we got Jeroboam the second is the king. Now let's go down to 23. Verse 23. In the 15th year, Amaziah, the king of Joash, the son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, began to reign in Samaria and reigned. Now that was the 15th year of Amaziah, the king, the son of Joash, the king of Judah. That's who was reigning at this time. And he said, and Joash, king of Israel, began to reign in Samaria and reigned 41 years. Because remember, what's his name reigned a long time too. Jeroboam reigned, his grandfather reigned there 21 years. And now he reigned, what, 41 years. They doubled up at this time. The other ones was barely even there. They was only there for a little bit of short times, periods of time at that time. So then, like I said, then we have Amaziah, and then we have Jeroboam the second. And we just brought you Jeroboam the second. And now let's go back over to Amaziah and Uzziah, and then the next king after him. Let's go to 2 Kings 15, 1 through 2. Second Kings chapter 15, verse 1. In the 20th and 7th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, began Azariah, the son of Amaziah, king of Judah, to reign. Now, Azariah is gone. Here we got now the Azariah. Uzziah, Uzziah, or Araziah. Same thing. Azariah, Araziah. Same, those are the same thing. They call them sometimes Uzziah, Araziah. Let's read the next. 16 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 250 years, 250 years, 25 years in Jerusalem. And his mother name was Jechaliah of Jerusalem. That's when he reigned. He reigned 25 years. This is on the northern kingdom, on that northern kingdom. Now, while Azariah is king now. Now, Jeroboam is king over the northern kingdom. Now, watch this. Azariah is going to be king. Now, watch how the fall of the northern kingdom is going to start becoming. Because Jeroboam now is the king over here. So let's go to 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 29. Because we have a regime change. Remember, he was king for a long time. Jeroboam, he was king what? 41 years? 40 years? I'll take that back, 20 years. Jeroboam II, 786 BC to 746 BC. Uzziah or Azariah on the southern kingdom, 783 BC to 742 BC. So those was reigning at that same time. So now you got Jeroboam. Jeroboam slept with his fathers. So he's there what? Jeroboam II is there 20 years. Then he sleeps with his father. Now who steps up? Zechariah, his son, reigned in his stead. So we got Zechariah 746 to 745. 1 year. 1 year. 1 year. We then went to 1429. Let's go to 15 and verse 8. 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 8. Chapter 15 and verse 8. In the 38th year of Azariah, king of Judah, the Zechariah, the son of Jeroboam, reigned over Israel in Samaria 6 months. That's all the time he got. 6 months. 6 months. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, and his fathers had done. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, he who made Israel to sin. Remember, that's Jeroboam II, coming from that same bloodline. They trying to come down. They didn't give a dang, boy. They was trying to take over. If this will come back, the son will come back later on. I want the king again. I'm supposed to be the king. My daddy was this. I'm going to kill this one. That's what was going on over here. And so Zechariah now is the king, and he reigned 6 months. Let's see how much. Why he only reigned 6 months. And he did that which was evil, the bat who made Israel king. And Shalem, the son of Jabesh, conspired against him and smote him before the people and slew him and reigned in his stead. 6 months. He conspired against him and killed him. Now he's running. And let me show y'all this. You know how long he ran? 745 BC. It don't even go to such and such. Even with Zechariah, we know he only reigned 6 months. At least it told me here he went from 746, I guess, to 6 months. 746, some of it was in 746, some of it was in, but it was only 6 months. 3 months, I guess, in 746, 3 months in 745. But he was done. What's his name didn't even make it. He was in the year 745 is when he became king. The year 745 is when he died king. And he got why he conspired and killed this other man. They wasn't playing over there, but that Northern Kingdom was going off. That's part of why when you see a lot of the natives going on to these different islands and scattered out, they broke off in a different tribe and was challenging each other all the time. Because they was always all about trying to have power all the time. Who gonna be king? And then so we just forget that. We gonna be the Shante, what's some Cherokees or the Blackfoot, and we gonna be the Tejanos and the Aztecas, and they just since they can't never determine power, they just start out and broke all over America, all these split nations. Well, you got to know some of them are southern, northern, a lot of them northern, what they so-called Indians that came up there were actually some of them were not all Israel. Those actually, if you look at some of them pictures, those Hawaiians and all that, those came from mixing of what Japhet and what you call that, the Ammonites. I mean Moabites. That's why you see a lot of them look like the Eskimo with the slanted eyes. When you look at some of those old Indian pictures, they not all of them were the northern ones. When you're going up into Canada and the northern states up by the border, a lot of them wasn't Israel. You know, a lot of us think about it. Not a lot of us just even want to go and just chill where it's just all ice all the time, or just kind of cold. So you can tell from that too also. So let's go, we stay at 15. Let's go to verse 12. This was the word of the Lord which spake he unto Jehu, saying, Thy son shall sit on the throne of Israel unto the fourth generation. Unto the fourth generation. Unto the fourth generation. That's in 2 Kings chapter 10, verse 30. And so it came to pass. Now, that's Jehu. Remember, Jehu did a thing for who? For the Most High, when he went and took care of that seed. Nabat, Baas, Elah, and Zimri, and Omri, all them. When he took care of that, Ahab, he was tearing that seed up. So he had told him, hey, your son's going to reign for the 4 generations. And then that's what Jehu had right there. So when they went out, it was that time for them to be over with. Even though they wouldn't even last for a second anyway. But that's why the other one had to die. I'm king. Man, it was only to the 4th generation. Died. Wow, he dead. They try to make it longer. In the Most High, you can't get past them. You're not going to get past them. You're not going to get past them. So now we at 13. Verse 13, Salem, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 9th and 13th year of Uzziah the king of Judah. Now Uzziah the king of Judah is still over Israel. I mean Judah. He's still the king. And while he king, Jeroboam what? The second, Zechariah. Now we have Shalem. Uzziah is still the king. They just running through kings right here. Their time is running short over there on the northern kingdom. So like I said, now we had Salem now is the king. Salem, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 9th and 39th year of Uzziah, king of Judah, and he reigned a full month in Samaria. And Salem, 745. That was it. For Menahem, now Salem is gone. Now Menahem, the son of Gadi, went up from Tirzah, and came to Samaria and smote Salem, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria, and slew him and reigned in his stead. So here he comes. Now I want to be the king. Everybody want to be the king over in the northern kingdom. I want to be king. Go over and kill this Negro. Security must not have been that good. But then here the kid is winding down up in what's the name. Verse 16, then Benaniyah smote Tipsah and all that were therein, and the coast thereof from Tirzah, because they opened not to him. Therefore he smote it, and all the women therein that were in with the child he ripped up. Because now they ain't even accepting him as king, because God dang it, you just killed this king, and he just killed that king. So when they don't accept him, he went and killed all the people, the children and everything. This kingdom boy, our kingdom boy, was going downhill bad, man. That's why they had to go into what's the name real fast. Real fast. So let's go to 2 King. Let's go to down to 22. And Menahem slept with his fathers, and Pekahiah, his son, reigned in his stead. And in the 15th year, Azariah of Judah, Pekahiah, the son of Menahem, began to reign over Israel in Samaria. So here we got Pekahiah. He reigned in Samaria and reigned 2 years. So you got Pekahiah. 730, look, Menahem, 745, 737. So he got a good, 8 years? And then you have, right after him, he's got 8 years, then Pekahiah, he goes from 737 to 736, 1 year. 1 year. But it says, I take that back because that's going to be 2 years, because that's what it's telling me in the Bible. So he reigned that year, 737, and he reigned 736. So he reigned 2 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. But Pekah, the son of Remaliah, a captain of his conspired against him and smote him in Samaria in the palace of the king's house. He smote him in the kingdom. And Argob, the Ariah, and with him 50 men of Gileadites, and he killed him and reigned in his room. Man, I'm telling you, boy, they wasn't playing, boy. They were coming, boy. Everybody wanted to. Now you can kind of see when you go and look at a lot of these little small islands, and when you look at a lot of, like America, so divided from the northern kingdom. Think about it. That's the same thing they were doing. Everybody want to be king. So what do? Man, I'm going to go start my own kingdom. Yeah, here's a whole new land. I'm going to start my own kingdom. I got another book down there where it got all the nations that spread it. Man, do me a favor. Look down there. It's a book of Indians, the natives. If it's not on that side, look on my other side. That's ancient Mexico, ancient Near East. Let me see. The ancient Near East. That's another ancient Near East. What's on that bottom one? What is that? World history, the other one? No, those are fundamentals. That's other stuff. Fundamentals of building. What is that one?
Egypt.
Oh, that's Egyptian book. That's a history of the world. No, I don't need that one. Go look on the other side.
My eyes have seen civil rights, Islam, real lean.
Who?
Real lean.
Which one?
Real lean.
No, that's a book they made me read at work.
Who's who in the Bible?
Let me get that book too.
Something. Dead Sea Scrolls.
Let me get that book too.
Road to Armageddon.
Let me get that book. Bring me that whole stack of books. Let me see something. Nah, I can't even. I gotta find my Indian book. But anyway, back to the thing. The thing about that is, yeah, it's plenty of more. What else you find some more?
Pyramid, Hebrews for Dummies, Forgive to Live, The Ultimate Survival Guide, The Heart of the Father, Bonds of Our Brothers, and Islam.
Nah.
No?
You can have that book.
Okay. No, it's not over here.
That's pictorial. It's got a lot of pictures of civil rights movement and stuff.
It's not in here.
Okay. Now, but like I said, man, now we on Pekah. And guess who's still the king? Azariah, or Uzziah is still the king of the southern kingdom. And him being is still the king, and we done went through what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 kings over here on the northern kingdom. Now, let's go to, we had what, 27? 15 and 27. 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 27. In the 25th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekah, the son of Remaliah, began to reign over Israel and Samaria and reigned 20 years. He reigned 20 years, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the sons of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. And now, let's go to 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 30. Oh, we can just go ahead and keep reading. In the days of Pekahiah, that's 29, in the days of Pekahiah, king of Israel, came Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and took Ejon and Abel-Beth-Micaiah, and Joniah and Kadesh, and Hazar and Gilead, and all the land of Naphtali, and carried them to captivity. So here's the first shipment of the slaves going into Assyria out of the northern kingdom. This is where this start beginning. Now Hosea, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah. Even when they going into slavery, he still make a conspiracy against Pekah. And guess what he does? The son of Remaliah, and smote him. Even when they getting in trouble, he's still up here, I want to be king. For what? You're going into slavery. That was our northern kingdom, brothers. And that's why I wish I had that book. I got to find it. That's why you got all those divided kingdoms over here in America. Because everybody in the northern kingdom want to be king. And that's exactly what they were doing now. That's exactly what they did when they got here, fighting each other. When the white man came, they was already having wars against each other. Because all of them wanted to be king. And they were doing it then, doing it now. Same thing now. What the northern kingdom do with the blacks, we want to be over y'all. They want to be kings. So a lot of the Mexicans coming in here, they come into your neighborhood because they want to be king. I'm going to take this over, thinking they like the white man. That's exactly what they was trying to do. That's exactly what they do today. So we got to watch that, and you got to repent, northern kingdom, for those things. This your brothers you trying to kick out of your neighborhoods and move in thinking that you're going to be better. Well, we see where that got you. It got you nowhere. What you mean unrighteous leaders? Yeah, we had a very lot of unrighteous leaders. I don't know if you're talking about us or you're talking about our people. But yes, we had a lot of unrighteous leaders. But man, it's just crazy how it was, man. But think about it, like I said, you look at Judah and look at the northern kingdoms now. You got a lot of the Puerto Ricans sitting on their island thinking they better than the Negroes. We want to be leaders. And then you have all these Indian groups, the natives of the Americans, they sitting over and got done y'all don't say, they come out on videos trying to say, we don't claim us as Israelite. Well, goddamn, because they want to be their own leaders of their own tribe, so they can look at a white man and bring them to their little raggedy little reservation, and they show everybody around, well, we go by this. No, you go by what the white man done gave you. The same way we got to go through. But you trying to be, I always want to be less, I want to be king. I want to be leader. I want to be this. Well, the Bible said Judah gonna raise up first. So just take it how the Bible is. Quit being so goddamn jealous of each other. That is the craziest thing. What we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 1 through 6. Second Kings chapter 17 and verse 1 through 6. No. I take that back. Let's stay in 15. 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 32. Verse 32 of 15. In the second year of Pekah, the son of Jerubbaal, now Pekah, 736, remember, Pekahiah, 737, 736, 1 year, 2 years, 736 to 732, 1, 2, that'd be 4 years. Pekah. That's when he reigned. So now when we read here, in the second year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, began Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, to reign. Now Uzziah just now, after all this time, Uzziah was king. Here come Pekah. Here come Jotham, his son. That's after his dad had been there for a minute. So now here he comes. His dating period of time is 742 to 737. 742 to 737. And then on the other thing, he's got a question mark through 742. So in there in that time. At that time. But we know here in the second year of Pekah was there what? 737 to 736. See, that's why I don't like how this white man goes. See, that's why we all, no, I'm sorry about that. So like 736 to 732. But like if that's the case, like his dates and stuff was 100% off. That's why a lot of times I'm giving you the dates around those times. So the 742, and then the other one is 735 to 732. But we know already in the second year of Pekah. So Pekah was at this time was the king of Israel. Then here comes Jotham. So those dates should be somewhere in between in that area. But see, that's why I say don't even trust the white man dates. We're just trying to get a little generalization of these times. Because we can read the Bible and see that was happening at that time. His second year reign, which he reigned for 4 years. In the middle of his reign is when Jotham became the king of the southern kingdom. So now we got Pekah. Now we done found out Jotham. Jotham was king at that time. Now we're going to go to 15, 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 38. Verse 38. And Jotham slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, his father. And Ahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. So now we got Jotham out the way. Now we have Ahaz, he's the king now. And Pekah just became, he was there when Pekah was there. At the end of Pekah's time, when you go down to 16 and 5, let's go to 16 and 5, and then Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war, and they besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. So Ahaz was the king when Pekah was there. Pekah done got with this other king, and they went against Judah. And that's how people do. We would get with other nations to go against our own people. The Mexicans go with other nations to go against them. Then we got us so-called blacks go with America and the white men to go with the children of Israel with the northern kingdom at the border. Man, shut the border off. Like the black women go down there with them rednecks at the border. Want to shut that stuff down. We've been doing this stuff. We've been doing it. We go with other nations to go against our own people. They go with another nation to go against their own people. Until we start coming together like that, and the Most High gonna put it together anyway. I know a lot of y'all, I believe me, sometimes I'd be like, man, messing be tripping me out, boy. They be like, they drive crazy, cut you off, do all kind of stuff. In LA, they be warring with Negroes over the drug trade, but not knowing they're killing their own people. But then again, Judah killed Judah. Issachar, it killed Issachar. Gadites killed Gadites. Because we don't know no better. We don't even wake up. That's why our job is to get out there and teach these people, stop this bull crap. Stop this bull crap. And that's what we're doing. That's what the Most High called us to do. That's why he was telling them, man, you need to go to the northern kingdom. Get they butt in line. That's why he sent Paul. Because they were doing the same thing they doing here. If Paul was here today, he had to go down to Mexico. He had to go to Puerto Rico. Another island. He would have to do that. Now, and at this time, right now, let's go to 15 and 30. 2 Kings chapter 15, 17 and 1. Golly. Jesus. 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 1. I got y'all here for a little while too. I'm going to hit this up and we're going to come back next week and finish out the Western Kingdom. Now, and I'm going to go into that, plus I'm going to have to add a little more to this after that. Well, that's what we're going to go to. So now we at Hosea. We at 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 1 through 6. In the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, then now we know Ahaz right now is where we at. So the murder shit I got to get to now. Of Judah began Hosea, the king of Elah, to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the king of Israel that were before him. Against him came Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, and Hosea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy over Hosea, because when Hosea didn't come with all this stuff good, he wasn't being a good-ass slave. So he was like, man, for he had sent messengers to the king of Egypt and brought no present to the king of Assyria. And as he had done year by year. So he was going to conspire with the king of Egypt and trying to get him, and then give the king of Syria, any present. So king of Syria like, nigga, hold on, nigga, please don't do that. How you gonna go talk to them? You ain't sending them letters and you ain't giving me my gift, man. You better give me my stuff. So that's how he was doing. And the king of Assyria found a spirit in Hosea, for he had sent messengers to the king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, and he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them in Halah and in the harbor by the river Gozan and in the cities of the Medes. So that's at the time right now. This is 722 BC. And like I said, Hosea was there 732 to 724 BC. Around that time. But 722 was when the fall of the northern kingdom came. And on that note, we're gonna have to say shalom, and we'll get back next week with the rest of the southern kingdom, and we'll go into another class after that. Because I want to read that. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of more reading that goes on in the southern kingdom when we get there. I could probably just do that class on that. That's probably what I'll do. Just finish out the rest of this. That'll be the part 3, and we'll be done with the kings of Israel and the kings of Judah. All those kings will be done with them. You should know them. You'll have a notes by them. So when you hear these names, and now I even gave you the cross names, I even gave you the different highs. Some of them over here, some of them over there. So we got to make sure we're keeping up with it. So when you start hearing these names or hearing these dates that you hear, you can kind of go in there and know who is running things, who is the king of the things that's going on. So on that note, I'm going to have to say shalom, and I'm going to give y'all the law next week. But right now, I got an emergency I got to get to, and I hope y'all have a good day. Hope you enjoy it. Make sure you study your notes, because it's just not for you to be listening to. Go back in your Bibles and read your dang on Bible. Start studying, looking up some of this stuff, and don't just depend on nobody to be telling you everything that you need to know about your Bible. You need to study yourself. On that note, I'm going to say shalom.